groovy.
Yoo-hoo, woohoo, and welcome back to another cult horror movie review. When there's a conversation about 80s horror, one movie that tends to be forgotten is Altered States, a bizarre science fiction body horror film, which while unconventional and slow-moving at first, is an oddly refreshing and original story. Directed by Ken Russell, the same man who would go on to give us the awful The Lair of the White Worm, but he redeems himself with this picture. But just before we get going, if there's a cult horror movie you'd like me to review, leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, let me know your thoughts and feelings on Altered States. William Hurt, in his very first feature film, plays a perturbed professor of psychology. He's obsessed with experimenting with hallucinogenic drugs inside a sensory deprivation tank, studying its effects in hope of reaching a unique altered state of mind. After a trip to Mexico, where he meets a tribe who drink a very potent potion of magic mushrooms, he brings some of the potion back to the States with him for further research. But things start getting out of hand when the hallucinations he's having literally start to externalize into the real world and cause real damage. Things get really wacky during the transformation scenes, which are really cool by the way. Hurt starts to genetically regress to a more primal state, where he becomes this sort of man-ape-like creature, before then deciding to try the experiment again, because hey, this is a horror movie, and turning into whatever this thing is. This film is a real trip, I'll tell you that, and with things like that, it borders on Lovecraftian horror, all with dazzling, colorful visuals. Honestly, this was a good film. It features strong performances from Hurt himself and the rest of the cast. My favorite character was this doctor played by Charles Hayde, who at first is very skeptical about the work they're doing. He just gives such an over-the-top and funny performance, in my opinion. What's interesting about the story is that it's never really clear for the audience. Even if you Google it and watch the trailer, the flick is full of surprises that we don't expect. The viewer can only guess what's gonna happen next. But I think it's impossible to speak about this film without mentioning the hallucination sequences. Every time Hurt's character goes on a trip, there's a series of extremely bizarre and incomprehensible, perplexing scenes of whatever. Lots of haunting sound effects, lots of weird, colorful, and bright visuals, distorted imagery, fast execution. Whenever they come on, I was asking myself, what the hell am I witnessing? Those scenes are extremely well done, and I praise the movie for it. They left me absolutely flabbergasted. I was surprised to learn the score was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Score of the Year, which is weird because I didn't think there was anything special about it. But anyways, I learn new things every day. So there you have it. If you horror buffs are looking for something unique to watch, I would recommend Altered States. It's a very creative movie with a real artistic streak. If you can stomach the weirdness, definitely go seek this one out.